Hello guys, this is CodeNCode and this is video editorial for the problem jump game taken from Leetcode top 100 like questions. So the problem is of course medium level difficulty and we will be solving it using dynamic programming. So the problem statement is this: you are given an array and of length n, and each index represents at each index you are given the maximum length jump that you can take, and you always start with index 0 and you have to check whether you can reach the last index or not via making some jumps. Okay, is it possible to reach the last index or not? So this is the problem statement for this input. So here at index 0 you have 3, that means value of index 0 is 3. That means you from index 0 you can make a jump of length 3. So from here you can reach either here. I mean, this is the maximum jump that you can take. From here you can go either here or here or here. Okay, so now for this test case the answer is false because you can't reach the last index. Why? See here, either from here you reach here. Even if you reach this point, from here you can make only a jump of length 0. That means you will be stuck here. There's no way you can reach the last index, and that's why the answer is false. So you have to return either true or false depending on whether you can reach the last index or not. So now prerequisites, of course you should be comfortable with any one programming language of your choice, and other thing is basic knowledge of DP. That is also optional because the way I'll be explaining this solution does not require any knowledge or prerequisite. I mean any previous knowledge of DP. That's completely fine. Okay, now for solution, first I'm going to give you a hint so that you can build the solution yourself. So first of all, just think yourself, if you can't reach ith cell at index I, can you reach any cell at index I plus 1 or any cell which is having index greater than that? Again, if you can't reach index I, can you reach index I plus 1 or any index greater than that? Just think about it. This will help you build the solution. Now, there's something special for freshers. Your first job defines and sets the tone for your career. As a fresher straight out of the grad school, your first job gives you launchpad for your future career decisions and choices. But do you want your job and role to be defined by the recruiters who hire you, or do you want access to the best of the companies in India and shape your career based on your skills and interests? If you want to be the maker of your own career, meet Relevel by Unacademy. Relevel conducts tests that give you a chance to showcase your skills to the best of the companies in India like Cred, Grow, Upgrade, Meesho, Koo, Yellow.ai and many more such companies. Before you think that this is an expensive affair, let me tell you that Relevel tests are completely free and the best doorway to your future. To grab this recruitment opportunity, all you have to do is attempt the Relevel test and score more than 70% and get your own Relevel profile. With a great score and Relevel profile, you win yourself an opportunity for interview in these top companies. Still confused about the Relevel edge? With a Relevel test scores and profile, you are basically skipping the competition with hundreds of experienced resumes that land on companies' HR desks. The tests also help you dodge the many rejections that are common before the interview stage of your dream job. Relevel has been changing lives for months now. Find all the people who took the best decision of their life with Relevel through their platform with their Relevel archive Twitter handle. Here you can find all of the people who have got their job through Relevel. To register with Relevel, go to the link provided in the description of the video, click Get Hired, or choose the job that you want to do. Suppose I'm going with backend development, then Get Hired. Book your slots. Suppose I want to go with Node.js tech stack and I'm choosing 13th of October as my date. Okay, now after selecting your slot, record a video resume and then your slot will be confirmed. So what are you waiting for? Register for Relevel test today. Now let's head back to our lecture. So this was the hint I gave you, and the answer of this is of course no. If you can't reach cell with index I, you won't be able to reach cell with index I plus 1 or greater than that. And you can prove this using contradiction. Okay, you can assume that yeah, I'm able to reach index I plus 1, and if you can do that, that means you should have been able to reach this also. Why? Because from certain cell you took a jump of length x and you were able to reach this cell, right? So you can take a jump of length x minus 1 and you can also reach I. But since you are not able to reach I, you won't be able to reach any indices higher than I or I plus, higher than I or I plus 1, right? So you can prove it using prove by contradiction. I am giving you a rough idea how to prove it, okay? So now, in other words, if you can reach cell I, that means you can reach all cells from index 0 to I minus 1, right? I mean, right? This is the observation that we can get out of this in a hint. This will help us. I'll show you in a moment. So suppose this was the input. Okay, so we will keep two things. First of all, of course, the result variable, which is initialized with true, and this is last. This represents the maximum limit that you have found that you can reach this point. Okay, so initially it is initialized as 0. That means at max at this point you can jump to the 0, you can reach the 0th index only. This represents what is the maximum reach of yours. Okay, initially this is 0 because of course we will be starting from the 0th index. That's why it makes sense to initialize it with 0. Result will initialize with true. After that, indices, of course we will run through all the indices from 0 to n minus 1 if n is the size of the input. Now I'm at 0, so from here what is the maximum jump that I can take, or basically what is the maximum distance I can cover? So from 0 I can take a maximum length or maximum jump of length 2, so I can reach 0 plus 2, that is second index. Now by the observation we know that I don't have to check for index 1. If I can reach index 2, that means I can reach all of the other indices smaller than 2, right? That means 1 is also reachable, so I don't have to check it. I can directly update my last to be 2 because from current index I can make a maximum jump of length 2 and can reach index 2, right? So I can update my last, that represents my reach to 2, right? Now my reach is of length 2, or basically I can reach index 2, that is my reach. Now increment index. If index anytime if index goes beyond last, that is invalid. That means that index is not reachable. This represents your maximum reach and the indices that are reachable. Okay, so if at certain point index is greater than last, that means you have to return false, because now you have found an index which is not reachable, and that means if that index can't be reached, that means the last index also can't be reached, right? If you can't reach index I, you can't reach index I plus 1 or greater than that. We have just seen that observation. Okay, so if any point index is greater than last, which means last, which represents your limit, so if you are going outside of your limit, reachable limit, then that index is not reachable and hence you will return false. Okay, now I'm at index 1. Okay, so index 1 is clearly less than equals to last, so this I'm inside my reach, so that means I don't have to worry. Now let's see whether I can update last or not. So if you are at index 1, you can make a maximum jump of length 3, so 1 plus 3 is equals to 4, so you can reach index 4. So clearly 4 is greater than last, so update last, so last becomes 4. So if I show you the code, this is my result, which is initialized with true. Last is initialized with AR of 0. You can also initialize with 0, doesn't matter. So we are running a loop from 0 to less than n. So here you see, if I'm currently outside my limit, the reachable limit, then you have found an index which is unreachable. That means if this index can't be reached, other indices greater than I can't be reached also. That means the last index won't be reachable, and hence I can directly set the result to false and break out of it. Otherwise, all I have to do is update my last, which we did just here, right? Now first index is done, I becomes 2. Is I that means my index greater than last? The answer is no. I am well within my reach, so of course nothing problematic thing going on here. So what I'll do, I'll try to update my last. Again, 2 plus 1 is 3. From here you can take a jump of length 1 and can reach 3, right? Is 3 greater than 4? The answer is no. So I can leave 4, I mean the last as it is, right? So now index increases, I becomes 3. From here you can make, of course, I is your index is less than equals to last, so you are well within your reach, right? That means you are not outside the bounds, so this is good. So now let's try to update the last. So 3 plus 1 is 4, so of course last is already 4, so nothing will change here. Index becomes 4, 4 plus 4 is 8, okay? And one important thing, 4 is less than equals to last, so no problem there. 4 plus 4 is 8, of course, right? So you can update it here. Index becomes 5, which is not less than n, so our for loop stops. Now since we have not found any place which is unreachable, result will be result won't be updated to false, right? And it was initialized with true, so we will return true. Otherwise, if you reach certain cell which is unreachable, result will be set to false and you will return false, right? And yeah, this is the solution of this problem. I'll be also providing the solution in the description of the video, so you can go ahead and have a look at that. So I submitted this solution and you can see AC. Okay, so yeah, this is how you solve jump game problem. And if you find any suggestion, if you have any suggestion or any request or query, you can ask in the comment section. So this was all for this lecture. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next video drops, keep coding. Thank you.